Okay. Da-da, who? Dan double you. Let's go. Ow, wow, listen right now. Everybody knows the man that says pow. Start the show, gonna talk some toys. This is for the grown-up girls and boys making noise. Let's start the show. Talking Marvel Legends and the money that we blow. Honestly, look, there ain't no stopping me. Turtles and Joes too, let's do this properly. Need to buy more toys, don't tell my bank. Wasn't me promised, it was Hellfire Hank. Whole Who crew, look, they made me do it. If it lands in my door, then I best review it. Screw it, I don't usually boast, but I got Rich M, he's here to host. Raise a toast and raise some ducks. This isn't your average show, we're deluxe. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Hopefully you already are. Happy Thursday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are around the planet. We appreciate your patience this evening as we have got a packed show for you. As we are on the run up to New York Toy Fair happening this very weekend. So that means there is toy news from all the companies that we collect. As of course we love Marvel Legends, we have some Marvel Legend news, but today we're going to discuss beyond Marvel Legends. Not something me and Richard usually do on a Thursday, but considering it is Toy Fair this weekend and we're about to find out where the rest of our money is going to be spent on toys, then that's what we're going to do. So let me bring him in. It is, of course, displayed once, Rich M. Rich, how you doing?
Oh, Dan, my MATTEL ladies, they're coming back, Dan, they're coming
They're
back.
back. They are absolutely back. So yeah, just to remind the folk, this weekend is New York Toy Fair. And literally hours ago, there's always news on the run up to Toy Fair as brands and stuff talk about what they've got going on and what's in the works. Breaking news from literally a couple of hours ago. The DC license is going back to Mattel. Todd McFarlane, I don't like RIP multiverse. Todd, thank you for your service, but let's take that DC license away.
I want a refund on that service. How you doing? Thank you very much.
Yeah, poor Todd. Look, we respect Todd as the creative that he is. Obviously, he's done a lot for the comic book community, but when it comes to toys, he definitely had his own aesthetic that he appreciated, and it was his toy company. Like, bravo to him.
You might pop out all these statements you're making, Daniel. I do not endorse none of them, man.
Well, but I'm just saying, he run the toy company. He could do what he wants, and he did exactly that. He made toys that he liked, but didn't really listen to any of the community feedback. And now Mattel have went, you know what, we want it back. And yeah, we don't know the details behind the scenes. Did Todd still want it, or did he give it up? We don't know. These are questions we might get answered this weekend. Usually Todd would be attending such events like Toy Fair, so maybe he's around for comment. We don't know, but of course we'll be discussing that. But just in general, there's plenty of toy companies going to be at New York Toy Fair this week on show. So these ones on screen are confirmed to have booths, and they are going to be on show, and they are going to be showing new product. So those ones on screen are actually going. There are a few that we would talking about on Legends of Liquor that are not attending, but we're going to get back round to that. But yes, we're going to be discussing Toy Fair this evening, so get comfortable, grab yourself a drink, and get involved with the conversation, because I have put in the chat right now, there is a poll that said, who would you rather have the DC license? Okay, so it's just either or. Who would you rather make DC action figures? McFarlane, who currently make the DC Multiverse, amongst other things. Remember posable statues, he makes them as well. Or Mattel. Okay, Mattel, another massive toy company up there with the likes of Lego, Hasbro. Of course they are. They already get a lot of your guys' monies from Master of the Universe, WWE, Hot Wheels, Barbie, etc., etc. You know, everyone should know who Mattel are. DC was at Mattel for a very long time, until about 5, maybe 6 years ago when McFarlane took it on. But shout out Compulsive Collector, who did mention this on the Last Legends, with James Gunn rebooting the DC studios, and the sort of trajectory of DC looking good moving forward. Maybe Mattel went, you know what, we want a piece of that back. So yeah, we will discuss today, but get involved in the poll. We already have 100 votes. and 82% are welcoming the return for Mattel, where 18% are still staying strong with McFarlane. But yeah, lots to discuss today. But let me just do the housekeeping real quick. If you want to contribute, get your thoughts heard. The super chat is always open. Friday seems to be back from her vacation. It is her voice again. So Friday is here. Let us know your thoughts and opinions. Just like Compulsive Collector did right there.
Compulsive Collector donated $6.66.
Evil number, evil.
Before you get too deep into this, can I get that fucking hallelujah one time? Day needs to be properly celebrated.
I need to find that hallelujah music. I need to make a soundboard for this show because I do get a few requests for that hallelujah music.
It's okay, Dad. I can fill it in Phil.
So I'll find it.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
It was playing while you were singing, so you were actually doing the voiceover.
Yeah,
you were doing the voiceover. But there you go. That's for Compulsive Collector. Day needs to be celebrated properly. But yes, as I was saying, super chats. Thank you very much, John, for the evil 666 super chat. We appreciate you. But yes, get your thoughts and opinions heard today. Again, I'm sure a lot of opinions are out there regarding this. Again, no wrong opinions. Just everyone's entitled to their own. Hit that join button as well. Become a channel member. You know the score by now. You can show some love. You can join the members club, or take it that one step level, because every single week we do the Dan Who Deluxe extra show, which will be happening tonight. So again, tonight, lots to discuss. So if you want to be part of the conversation tonight, then become part of the crew with the Who Crew Deluxe tier. And if we get 5 super chats during today's stream, I will leave it public as well, like we've been doing. John has already kicked us off with 1, so we need 4 more super chats at the Friday sort of level, and I will leave that as an extra show. So we get some community thoughts on today's toy news. But again, it's not just DC, lots of other bits and bobs are out there as well. Let's go back to the chat real quick, Rich, just say hello. So Compulsive Collector John with a super chat. Scrolling back up, Figure Cave Collectibles, whose real name is Adam Batman Moran. I'm very curious what Mr. Batman thinks of this DC news. Maybe he can join us later today. We got another super chat from Matt Fisher. Thank you very much, Matt.
Matt Fisher donated $5. Did you see the Mighty Morphing Power Rangers stuff? It doesn't look terrible. I hope the monsters look good.
So Matt, thank you very much for the super chat. He says, did you see the Mighty Morphin stuff? It doesn't look terrible. I hope the monsters look good. Well, we will absolutely be talking about them today. And I have images and whatnot. So yes, we will absolutely be talking about the Power Rangers today. Let me see if I can get some images ready to go, actually. Yes, I do. We have them. So many screens open in front of me, Rich. There is loads of stuff to discuss today, honestly.
You're like Oracle from Batman, eh, Dan? Look at your screen.
Look, let me.
Let's call you Barbara.
Okay, if you want. There you go. We'll be talking about these later on today. Yes, from Playmates, Power Rangers. These are just the flip heads. There are going to be more revealed this weekend at the Playmates booth. So yeah, this is just a taste of what's to come. It doesn't taste good, Rich. Doesn't taste good, just saying.
Dad bod Power Rangers. They just give up going to the gym.
Look, they're flip heads. I've got the OG flip heads right here. Look, I've got Zach. This is the original one from back in the day. These definitely have a sentimental value, but do we need them again? I don't know. We can discuss later again, but that's more toy news. Again, so much stuff to discuss, and we haven't even officially started Toy Fair yet. We are just on the run-up. Toy companies are there right now setting up. I've already seen pictures of people posing and setting stuff on shelves, so those leaked images are going to start approaching tomorrow because they're going to be finishing setup tomorrow, so the doors open on Saturday morning. Yes, we will discuss, but thank you very much, Matt, for the super chat. Matt and John have already kicked us off 2 out of the 5, and we're ready to go. So thank you very much. So what we're doing? What buttons am I pressing? Right, again, so many bloody things up here, Rich. Shall we start with Legends? Let's start with Legends, all right? that's what people expect. So let's start right there. So Marvel Legends, in regards to Toy Fair, what are we expecting from Marvel Legends? Well, from Dan Yoon himself, has posted, he keeps us updated on Twitter. He likes to set expectations. We appreciate the communication. He says, since New York Toy Fair is not really an open convention, we aren't revealing a lot of new things for Marvel Legends. It will be more about seeing in hand the figures we've revealed throughout the year. We will have 1 or 2 new stuff though. I don't believe there will be a stream. So yeah, a few people were asking if there was going to be a live stream. There is no live stream for Toy Fair. There's no live stream. You will have to rely on people that are actually at the event posting content throughout the day. And there are lots of community people that are going to be there in attendance. I have no doubts Instagram, Twitter, YouTube will be flooded with Toy Fair news. All right. So just follow your favorite content creator. I'm sure you'll find the stuff relevant for you. But in regards to Marvel Legends, that's obviously what I'm always most curious in. And we knew we'd see something new, but we didn't expect a lot. And Dan seems to have confirmed that. Oh, and Matt just wants to finish off by saying, thank God, bye, Todd. Sorry, Todd. The poll's not looking good for Todd either. 81%.
I just want to say one thing, right?
Yes.
Everyone, like, saying bye, Todd, and bye, Todd. Let's just wait till Toy Fair is over, till the Friday reveal that he's got the Marvel license in 2026 now. Let's just hold our horses on the Todd hatred.
So far, there's been press release from Mattel themselves, but no official word or statement from McFarlane regarding this news. So again, we'll discuss later, but the weekend's still young, people. We're going to find out everything before the weekend is over. But back to Marvel Legends. So Dan, Matt says again, my hands won't bleed putting together Build-A-Figures anymore. Yeah, I guess I actually did bleed putting a Build-A-Figure together. It was one of the metal, do you know the Batman metal ones? There was the Build-A-Figure from that is. That poked me. Thank you very much, Matt.
Devastating.
Yeah, I think it was. The Batman metal stuff. Yeah, for sure. So, right, Hasbro, in regards to Marvel Legends at least, I can't talk about the other brands, but Marvel Legends are going to be having a small press event for content creators, etc., that are going to be at Toy Fair, or at least in the New York area, on Saturday afternoon. So not the morning. They usually have a breakfast at San Diego Comic-Con. That's what we're used to seeing. But it's not going to be a breakfast. It's going to be an afternoon thing. Just to confirm, me and Rich will not be there. Unfortunately, we are not going to be in New York on Saturday afternoon. Just wanted to make sure people knew that. We will be at home, refreshing our phones like everybody else, looking for the news. But Hasbro Marvel Legends are going to be having an event on the Saturday afternoon. Whether that's early evening or lunchtime, I don't know. But won't be the morning anyway. So people are going to get an in-hand look at some of the stuff that's already been shown. Very similar to what happened with me and Jay and Adam and Craig. We went to Inderman Toys at the start of February, and we got an in-hand look at... Let me get the graphics up, actually. That would help, wouldn't it? We got an in-hand look at some of the comic book wave that Rich was very jealous of. He wished he could have been there.
So disappointed to do my hair that what a shame.
Yeah, so let me jump back to this. So me, Jay, did a little live stream where we unboxed some of the figures first time in hand. So again, like when these opportunities come up just to get things in hands, we did a live unboxing. Again, I couldn't do a full review, but me and Jay just have a chat and talk and show off these figures. We had Adam Warlock, and we also had the Ultimate Iron Man. Electro was there as well, but they told us not to open him because that was being greedy. But so I'm assuming...
Save that for Toy Shiz, that's why.
Yes, of course. Toy Shiz. Toy Shiz needs to get that Electro. But I'm assuming the Americans will have a similar type of event, whether they're going to be able to get things in hand a little bit earlier, just to share to the community their thoughts and stuff. I know Spider-Man's a big topic for people, but I'm always more intrigued about the newness. So, Rich, any thoughts or any predictions on what they might be showing? They said 1 or 2 things, so we are expecting to see something new. But there could be anything. There's 2 teasers out there that haven't been revealed yet. We've got the dumbbells and we've also got the rocket. Do you reckon they are going to be showing off what is related to any of those particular teasers, or just any wild guesses from these guys?
Well, Toy Fair is selling your shit. Basically, it's a trade show, isn't it?
Yes.
It's about showing your stuff off to try and get sales to like the big retailers the big things out there, making a name, making something for yourself out there. So I can't see it being a Rachel Summers reveal, sadly. I don't think that's going to happen at Toy Fair. I think maybe something like they could show off something tying into like the Spider-Man animated TV series, or like a Thunderbolt or a Fantastic Four, like a figure or something from that. Like, I think it's going to be more, or it's going to be like an A-tier character, like a Spider-Man or an Iron Man or a Hulk or Wolverine. It's going to be like that kind of thing. I don't think we'll be getting a comic book weird D-list character, but I suppose I know a lot of people have been saying that they think it's going to be the Maximum Hulk because of like this teaser.
Yeah.
But then I wonder if it's that when none of the major retailers picked up the Maximum Spider-Man. So I don't know.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know.
But I'm sure all you influencers, you already know anyway, because you've given the press releases, the catalogs, everything.
They're actually really slow with the press releases, honestly. Like, it's quicker to get your images elsewhere. The press are actually the slow ones. Yeah, I don't know what it could be, but considering they are doing a round table with like community people, I reckon that is a time where they could, like, if they're showing, do you know, if they're just showing something off for the first time without a press release, without the pretty promotional pictures, they're just sort of revealing a figure that's coming later this year, I think they could show off a more obscure character, because the event's going to be, it's not going to be in the actual booth at the...
I will just say this, Dan. If you reveal Rachel Summers at a fucking afternoon brunch for a bunch of influencers, and I had to sit through an hour Gamerverse fucking live stream, then there's something wrong in the world of Hasbro marketing. I will just put that out there right now.
Yeah, it would be a shame to release something like that at this type of event, but maybe they just want to get the community back on side and show something that they think will be liked more universal. This is obviously, all of this is up for pre-order now, apart from the Ghost Spider, and because he is a Walmart exclusive and the Kingpin is an Amazon exclusive, but the Wave of 6 and Venom went up for pre-order this afternoon, so they're all up for pre-order now if you want them, apart from the two exclusives, and that was basically the entirety of the live stream apart from the X-Force 2-pack. But yeah, this was also a tease. People are assuming it's the Hulk. Could they just show off the Ultimate Hulk, considering they've already made a point that they want to get this Spider-Man in hand to people? So yeah, in regards to Marvel Legends, they're going to be something new this weekend, probably on the Saturday. But what it is anybody's guess, right? You're best off probably asking David Display's model behavior. He probably knows, but we don't know.
I think Phil say maybe it's a role-play reveal because it says 1 or 2 new stuff. It doesn't say 1 or 2 new action figures.
We always look too deep into this stuff, don't we?
No, but like role-play is like it appeals to like a different audience and like a wider audience, like type of thing.
I think if they've got a bunch of community people at an event and they pull out a role-play item, they know that's what people are there for.
You were focusing on this breakfast. They're there to sell their shit all weekend. This breakfast
it's a separate... No, it's a separate... No, this is what I mean. It's a separate event. It's not at
but Hasbro are there. Hasbro got a massive stall
of course,
there. That's going to be their focus.
Oh, okay. So you're referring to Phil's not on about that breakfast. He's on about the floor. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you now.
Matt Fisher donated $5. If Trademark does get the M license, would he make kids' toys? I hope that makes sense.
I'm assuming you mean Toddy McFarlane gets the Marvel license. Would he make kids' toys? Look, Todd ain't getting the Marvel license. Like, I don't know what YouTube videos you're listening to, but I don't think he's getting it. I think we're safe. Look, if I'm wrong, I'll eat my hat. I promise that when I feel confident about stuff. But honestly,
you've eaten so many hats over the years, Dan.
I haven't. No, this is what I mean. I've never ate my hat because when I make that bet, I'm usually pretty confident. I think we're okay, people, all right? I think we are okay. Do I see maybe collaborative projects? I see a lot of these bigger companies definitely collaborating more than they ever have done before with the license sharing and stuff like that. So does it mean McFarlane's never going to make anything Marvel? He's making stuff Marvel right now. You can get those like statues, those like comic book thing. What does he call them? Do you know, like the statues in front of the comic books that he's been doing? What are they called?
Maquettes or
statue
type.
Exactly.
Things.
So Todd's making
non-articulated action.
Yeah, exactly. So Todd's making Marvel stuff right now. So obviously he's got a relationship with Marvel or whatever. So maybe Todd will continue making some type of DC product as well moving forward. Again, we will find out more this weekend. But I do think it needs to be safe.
And just to like paraphrase, but it is a release on Toy Arc about what Mattel have got. And it does look like they've got the full license.
I got money in the bank.
They've lost the kids' license as well.
Yeah, Matt says my emotions can't take this. I need a drink. Matt, I've got the drink. I'm here with you. Shall we just jump straight to that then? Because this is what everyone wants to talk about. So we've started off with Legends. There's going to be some Legend reveals. Phil Jones was referring to reveals at the actual convention booth. My brain is still stuck in that little side room. So yes, you're completely right. It could be anything at that booth. They could show off whatever to the wider to the distributors, to the license, whatever they're called, industry professionals or whatever you want to call them. Okay, let me go back to this image. This is what people want to talk about. Okay, yes, I love Marvel Legends. There is a display behind me. Look at all of these Marvel Legends, right? I tell you all the time. Look, Marvel. Look, hang on, Rich, 1 second. Marvel Legends, right? I love Marvel, but that doesn't mean I don't like DC. I've just never been happy with any particular DC line. Now, Rich, you've got something there. I'm going to go full screen for you. What have you got in your hand? What is this?
DC Universe Classics Artemis, and then DC Multiverse. It didn't start with Todd McFarlane. It started with Mattel. This is a Vixen from the dark days of the end of that line. So yeah, so I'm glad that Mattel have got the license back, and hopefully they'll do some more good 6-inch figures.
Yes. So if you've been collecting DC for a while, and you remember the days before Todd, you will know that obviously Mattel were making DC things, and then DC Direct and all of that was all part of that, or behind the scenes, etc. But that all sort of...
No, DC Direct was separate. DC Direct was owned by DC Comics.
But Marvel... Todd brought that up, didn't he? Didn't he go out and buy DC Direct?
DC Direct stopped making figures. DC went into like comic books only and licensing everything out. So then Todd bought back like DC Direct as like an imprint of his toy line. And then they've redone like some statues. They brought back like the Deceased line, which were like the sculpts that DC Direct had used. And then they've used that for certain things, like the page punchers, that kind of thing.
Okay, let me read some quotes then, all right, people, all right, so you can see where we are getting our news from, all right? So this is on the LA Times. This is one of the first articles that I read earlier today. So this is a quote from PJ Lewis, who is the Mattel Senior Vice President and Global Head of Action Figure and Fisher-Price Entertainment, okay? So he says, it's a huge deal. We're dealing with some of the greatest superheroes and some of the best action figure potential in the industry. We're incredibly excited by that, okay? So that is the Vice Senior President of Mattel saying he is excited about the potential of action figures, and he mentioned action figures specifically there. But then if we go to Toy Arc, who actually posted the actual press release from Mattel themselves, so let me go to Toy Arc. So Toy Arc have put the actual press release, and this is the press release. So Mattel and Warner Brothers Discovery Global Customer Products today announced a global multi-deal licensing agreement utilizing DC's entire library of beloved characters and legendary storytelling. Through this partnership, Mattel is rewarded the global licensing rights to develop a market of full-range DC-themed action figures, play sets, accessories, role-play products, and adult collectibles starting in the second half of 2026. The agreement spans all DC stories and characters, including Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the Joker, Harley Quinn, and many more. Okay, so if you want to read that, I'll put the link in the description. You're welcome to go and read it. It's only a very small press release as they are just announcing this news. I genuinely think it's going to be too early for them to reveal anything at Toy Fair. But of course, with this news being given ahead of Toy Fair, it's only fair that they're going to be expecting questioning about it at the event. So I do think we will get some more news trickle out of maybe what direction they're heading this weekend. And also we'll get a comment from Todd as well. Is he done with DC? Like, how long can he still make DC products for? It's definitely an interesting topic because DC is a big one. It's a big license that collectors of I don't know, like they want to like McFarlane, but McFarlane went in such his own direction. Rich, what were your initial thoughts when this news came out? Like, again, you're a comic book fan, not just, we talk about Marvel on here a lot because I love Marvel Legends, but you're a fan of all comics and all stories and all characters, and I'm sure in your collection we don't get to talk about it often, but you've got tons of DC stuff on your display, and you'd love to add newer versions and newer characters. What were your thoughts on this news breaking today?
I mean, I was quite surprised. I was surprised. I wasn't expecting it. Because if anything, I was expecting Marvel to lose the license to McFarlane. I thought that might happen like sooner. But yeah, I wasn't expecting this. I certainly wasn't expecting Mattel to pick up the DC license again when they lost it like 6 years ago. But it makes sense because I don't see, like, Hasbro with the Marvel license wouldn't have picked up DC. So if Todd was going to lose it, then who else would pick it up? I think Mattel are one of the few. Like, it's because it's such a big, it's not just like collector figures. It's not just like a collector's line. It's like kids' toys. There's like other things about, you know, like soft play, like they can do dolls. Like Mattel did the DC superhero girls line.
There's a
like,
Barbie.
There's
Barbie DC stuff too.
So it's like, it's so, like, it's much more than just action figures, I think, with this license. So if someone's going to get a master license, I'm not surprised it is Mattel. I don't see how anyone else could have done it. And it could have been, maybe Todd could, maybe, like, because the cool license was coming up. Because Todd just had, like, 7-inch action figures. Like, the kids' line was still with Spin Masters, wasn't it? They did, like, the kids' figures. And even, like, the dolls. Like, Mattel was still doing DC superhero dolls. And, like, I think Barbie even did, like, Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Mattel was still allowed to make girl stuff. So Mattel still had the girls and preschool, and McFarlane had the adult collectibles, and Spin Masters had boys' toys. So it was split.
So maybe they wanted to put it all under one roof, like one package deal where you've got like everything. Because it's not saying that other places can't do the toys, because just because of the master license, you can still, like the way Diamond Select does Marvel figures, but in a different scale to what Hasbro done. Like, things can still be worked out in that kind of way. But yeah, I'm quite glad, because I've always loved the Mattel figures. I know a lot of people, like, to the end, it fizzled out a bit, but I like the DC Universe Classics. To me, I love the DC Universe Classics. I've got loads of them. They deep dive. They've got good sculpts on them. Like, this is Artemis, like the other Wonder Woman. I love this figure. Still holds up now, I think. And like, I know we give McFarlane a lot of shit, but to be fair to McFarlane, I think now I would say they're doing a lot more things that are pleasing the community. Their character selection has gone beyond just Batman all the time. They've done a lot of other figures. Like, I like their Huntress figure that they did this year. They've just had Power Girl just come out in America. It looks really good from the reviews I've seen. So I wouldn't shit on McFarlane like that much. I think at the start it was a bit, and it's always been a bit Batman heavy. But again, those multiverse figures, they're everywhere. Like, I think any one of us could go into, like, High Street in the UK, like Forbidden Planet, have usually got them everywhere. They're in HMV. So if anything, he's brought the toys out to everyone. And when, like, McFarlane maybe hasn't been, like, that wider license before, like with his, like, Spawn and comic figures before, it was never something that big. And I think he's done a good job of getting it out there. So, you know, I think, I know we shit on Todd because of it was 7 inches and it was diapers, but Todd kind of did what he wanted to do with the license. And I don't think he's done a bad thing. It might just not be what we particularly wanted. But hopefully a 6-inch figure line, that's what I would want from Mattel. And again, Mattel are not the angels of everything. They fucked up before with different things.
I agree.
But they have done quite a good job, I would say, with bringing back Masters of the Universe and bringing back that line in all the different series. So I'm hopeful that they should do a good spin on the DC Universe license. And again, at the minute, you've got a Superman movie coming out this year, the James Gunn, like, rebooting the cinematic universe. Like, Creature Commandos was the first one, the animated series. That was quite good. And I'd say DC Comics at the minute are quite good as well. They've got, like, the Absolute Universe, which are some fantastic comic books. And they've done, like, this all-in relaunch, Justice League Unlimited, the Superman books, Birds of Prey, all really good books at the minute. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with them getting the licenses. And I'm quite excited to see what happens next.
Yeah, for sure. Arvin in the chat says the winners will be those who collect both lines, and absolutely, I don't think there's any unless you're a massive fan of what Todd's doing. And like Rich said, we obviously joke and we about the figures and stuff, but the reality is it just wasn't to our tastes, and that's okay. He was very much, he had his own aesthetic, he had his own approach, and Todd, it's his own company. His company is not a public trading company. It's like a private company where Mattel are bigger, and I don't think it's a case where Todd didn't want the license. I just think Mattel were a bigger entity, and he probably got outbid for the renew, or they come in to Warner Brothers, and Mattel went, well, we can offer you this, and Todd probably couldn't match it, because there's no way Todd would give it up, or would just willingly go, oh no, I don't want it anymore. Of course Todd would. He's a comic book like a guy, like, of course he'd want to continue making DC and Marvel if he could, but I do think Marvel just come in with Mattel came in with a bigger bid, and just probably sweeps it from under his feet. But I'm sure he'll still make something DC related, like he's doing now with Marvel. Like, I'm sure he'll continue doing something with the DC brand, just maybe not action figures. And like Rich said, it just, what he was doing was fine, but it just wasn't to our particular tastes. And I was talking to Rich before we went live, and I always talk about, I love Marvel, and people just think I'm very I don't care about DC, which is not the case at all. But as an action figure enthusiast, I think Marvel Legends is a solid line, and I've never really been comfortable with the worlds that I can build with DC. I don't, especially in the modern era of collecting, I don't think anything is yet piqued my interest in regard to DC. Shout out Carbon Scoring, it's just become a channel member. And by the way, Carbon Scoring, 100,000 subscribers. Bravo, my friend. Make sure you display that plaque proudly. But no, congratulations. This man knows DC and Marvel as well. He has mystery boxes all over the place. He's got boxes all over his house. But no, shout out Carbon Scoring. And also, Justin Collects says, the real question is, will Mattel give me another Captain Carrot? Don't know. This is what I mean. Todd's character selection is definitely going to be a different approach to what Mattel are going to do. I think that much. But back to DC, right? So DC Multiverse from McFarlane, and then the other DC line that obviously we all know is the Mafex Hush line that has got a ton of DC characters. For me, the winner of these two is obviously this, but so it should be for like 3 times the price. This is an import, of course, etc. But this is a scale I like, articulation scheme I like, accessories. Like, for me, I prefer this sort of aesthetic and approach to action figures. Wasn't really a fan of the 7-inch line. That's why it's not even out of the box, you know. To be fair, it was this one, but still, I'm waiting for the display space anyway. So I want, again, just talking for myself. And I said this on Twitter as well. So if you follow me on Twitter, go and retweet what I posted earlier from Steve Ozer, who works at Deep Mattel. He retweeted this collaboration, so I made sure I retweeted it with a few words of myself. But I'm not saying Marvel Legends are perfect by any means. Of course, there's always room for improvement. But just in regards to wanting a DC line on par with what Marvel Legends have done for the Marvel brand, as in a toy line that is tons of characters, similar aesthetic, decent articulation, accessories. They all feel like they come from the same world. Like that display behind me, it feels connected. It all feels like they've came from the same place. And that's what I love about the Marvel world. I tell you all the time, my favourite aspect of collecting is the world building, completing teams, creating that Marvel universe that I love from the comic book page or the cartoon show into physical presence and plastic on my shelf. I would love to do that with the DC characters that I love as well. But I just think we haven't been able to do that at the depth at what Marvel Legends have given us. Like, this line, how many figures has this line got, Rich? If we could arguably say this is probably the best DC representation we have in the 6-inch line currently, how many figures does the Mafex line have?
Well,
currently. I said currently. I said currently. They're not making DC classics anymore. I said currently. Toy line currently making DC stuff. This is the best 6-inch scale. Who else?
Yeah, because it's not just Hush. They're doing the Superman, like Return of Superman figures as well, isn't it? So they've got like those 2 lines going on in the minute. But I would say less than 50 at that.
Exactly. And I've probably got 50 per shelf. Do you know what I mean? And again, it's not quantity over quality. Of course, we prefer quality over quantity. But a company like Mattel should be able to pump out more than those smaller companies like Mafex can, that's for sure. So yeah, it's about finding that balance between quality and quantity and trying to just give.
When Mattel announced they first wave with 7 Batmans and a Joker, I'll be like, oh.
Just they announced a new CEO of Mattel DC, and it's just Todd with a mustache going, just disguised, renamed himself, Bob McFarlane. No, but yeah, so I'm excited as well, and I think that's what's fun about collecting is that like. There's never an end point to collecting, is it? It's a hobby, just like anything. You continue it.
I think if they announce absolute DC Universe Classics for $50 a figure, that might be the end point for Mattel.
Maximum DC. Maximum DC. Don't do maximum DC, all right? Don't do that. No, but you know what I mean? Like, collecting's about the journey, not the destination. Do you know what I mean? Because as soon as you finish a collection, if you're a collector, you're just embedded to go, well, what's next? What's the subline? Where else can I go? It's a hobby, isn't it? So this is just fun for the hobby in general. It's like it's exciting to think what could be. And let's hope that the people at DC are... and Mattel, sorry, are paying attention to what the community prefers. And again, I can only speak for a small portion of the community because of the type of content that I digest, but I would assume that everybody's on a very similar page where they would prefer 6-inch figures compared to the 7-inch aesthetic. So it's sort of as I said, like for me, a dream world is my Marvel characters fighting my DC characters, and they're the same scale and style, and it doesn't look like two completely different toy lines. Right now, it looks like we've got a 9-foot Batman next to a Spider-Man. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't quite fit right. So I just want a line that will complement Legends.
Yeah, and I think if you look at like Masters of the Universe, they've been very like. They've respected like the old fans and new fans. You've got like the Masterverse line and the Origins line.
Yes.
You've got 2 lines like that type of thing. So I think if they wanted to do their own thing, they could still do a 6-inch line, which I think is what. But I think they'll stick to 6-inch. I think they know from like doing Masterverse and what works and what doesn't work in the current collector market. I would be surprised if they carried on with the 7-inch multiverse line. I think, if anything, it's going to be a brand new thing.
Yeah.
Maybe DC Universe Classics would come back, but even that, like that name itself, it always sounded outdated at the time, like Classics. So maybe they'll just be like, go completely new.
How about
like,
this, Rich?
line.
How about this, Rich? Just putting it out there. DC Legends.
I mean, they could do that.
DC Legends. Marvel Legends and DC Legends. Just easy. Just keep it simple. Just
build a figure.
Just give us what we want. Give us what we want. Right. Cap lives in the chat, says Mafex has honestly gone deeper than I thought than any import company would. I agree, but Mafex are sticking to stories, and they're sticking quite accurately to this particular story arc, so we appreciate that for sure, because at least the smaller collections, they're on theme. Do you know, like, we're building... the Hush, they're giving us actual characters from the Hush story, so you're building a smaller collection within the grand scape of DC in general. So I like that, and I agree. And he also says that DC Icons had potential, ended too soon. Yep, again, DC Icons were towards the end of the DC sort of figures before McFarlane took over. And yeah, I think they were a little bit shorter than Legends, but aesthetic-wise, accessories, articulation were definitely probably the better... they were heading in a better direction, but then yeah, that line did end too soon for sure. But yeah, this is exciting. Like Rich said, and again, this hobby's fun, people. All right, so like I'm more not concerned by any means, but just curious of what people that liked McFarlane and collected McFarlane thought. Like our friend Jay, Jay's Toy Collection UK, you can go and see his YouTube channel. He has shelves of McFarlane. He's got 200 plus McFarlane figures. He's brought McFarlane, he's sold McFarlane, he's brought McFarlane, he's sold McFarlane, because he wants that DC representation on his shelf. And now, with the DC license moving away, the Todd McFarlane DC Multiverse is going to have a finish line. So within a collection in its entirety, it will have a start and a finish from 2019 to 2025. Or the start of 26, however it works.
But equally, like Legends, Multiverse started before Todd. It was like Vixen is a Multiverse figure. It started with Bandai, so like it's had a good 10-year run. It started in what is it? What are we now? It would be 2016, I think. Multiverse started, and then it's going to end in 2026. But 10 years is not bad for a toy line these days.
What's frustrating is that he kept the name, but then completely changed the aesthetic. It's like when Hasbro took over Marvel Legends. Obviously, it changed a little bit, but they still were going in the same direction with the 6-inch scale, articulation, etc. When Todd took the name and the brand, he changed it and added his own style. So there's definitely a point within that line where it changes, if you know what I mean. It's not as unison, as in sync as the name would make you feel. But I agree. Start somewhere fresh. Take if you're gonna. And again, DC Legends just too on the nose. They're not going to do that. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like, just something that will complement what already works. 23 years. Like, say what you want about Hasbro. I don't care what your thoughts are on Hasbro. I love Marvel Legends and my Marvel Legends collection. Like it works. A toy line doesn't last 23 years if it doesn't work and people don't like it. Clearly, there's something there that works. Just take a influence from that. DC Legends, all right? You can have it. DC Legacy says biggest dog ever. That works as well. Whatever they want to call it, I don't care. Just give me some 6-inch DC figures that I can battle. I can have Batman battling Spider-Man on the shelf, and it just looks good. You know, it doesn't look out of place. There's no diapers. There's no weird articulations on massive pins and 7-foot. Like, keep it good. DC Elites, DC Ultimates, says Jay, copying what obviously Mattel are currently doing with their WWE stuff. I think it's going to be a while before we find out any actual relevant information. Right now, it's just an announcement of the. But Mattel might answer questions.
Todd's still got a year of like, and it's still going to be like the Superman movie is going to be Todd stuff. Even maybe to Supergirl next year, Todd's going to have the license up until then. So I don't think they would. There's probably like caveats on what they can and can't announce because like. People are not going to want to buy a deadline as well.
This is my point. People might just
like when we first come out, we're doing all the Superman figures again. People are going to be like, "Oh, hang on now." So I'm guessing they won't be able to say too much yet.
And this is my point about DC collectors. Like, if you're currently buying McFarlane, do you go, well, do you know what? I'm going to see this line out, and then at the end of the day, that will be my DC McFarlane shelf. That was my DC McFarlane era, and that will be forever represented on my display or on my collection, like as such. Or are people going to go, well, actually, I'm dropping out and I'll start again when Mattel do? And again, there's no right or wrong answer. It's all personal preference. Everyone collects their own way. I'm just curious to have that conversation with other DC collectors. People are suggesting names in the chat now as well, which are fun. But yeah, again, fun times, interesting times ahead for sure. I hope someone from Mattel, because obviously there's going to be a creative team put in place for this DC action figure line. I hope that they communicate with us what they're doing, and we know pretty early on that it will be a 6-inch line with accessories, decent articulation, etc. So we can get more excited about it. Because it would be a shame if they never said anything, and then this time next year they reveal stuff no one wanted. You know, like, it'd be frustrating. So, but
what if they come out and announce they continue with the 7-inch scale? What are you going to do, Ed?
Well, I'll just do what I'm doing now and just live vicariously through Mafex and whatever else I can. Phil did say in the chat though, does DC taking the global license mean that Mafex can't do their figures anymore? But I think that's a different market, right? Why wouldn't they still license it to Mafex? I think with your S8 Figure Arts and Mafex and your stuff from the Eastern sort of world, I think you'll be fine, because it's just more money to DC for the license that doesn't impact the certain. It's all logistics behind the scene, but I think we'll be fine. A lot of people are saying DC Ultimated line. No DC Maximum. As long as it's not DC Maximum, I think people will be okay.
DC All In, DC Absolute,
DC Infinite. People are saying DC Crisis on Infinite Earths, whatever. Ted Bones says, if Mattel goes 7-inch, they're telling me they don't want my gold. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, I don't think they're gonna go the Todd route, because Todd openly said he was aware that the community preferred 6-inch, but he preferred 7-inch. Todd said that. It's his company. He could do what he wants. So hopefully again, we have people that are in control of this, that know what they're doing. There are some very toy-centric people at Mattel that are involved with the community a lot. If anyone's a wrestling fan, a lot of the the marketers and the designers and stuff from the WWE world are involved with the community, and they're on podcasts and they're tweeting and on Instagram all the time. So obviously they're talking to the other Mattel guys. Do you know? So I've got a pretty safe bet that they know what's going on. Marvelous DC Classics line. Yeah, Marvelous DC, the new line of 6-inch DC figures. Yeah, I would be funny, but I doubt it. Probably a lawsuit on their hands if that was the case. Okay, this bummed the hell out of me, said Flaming Sauce. This bummed the hell out of me. Like I have so many multiverse figures, and now what? Start all over? And that's another dilemma and conversation collectors are going to have with themselves. Again, like I said, it doesn't mean you can't... if you currently enjoy DC Multiverse and McFarlane's DC Multiverse, like, the lines come into an end, but those figures ain't going to just vanish. Thanos isn't coming along, snapping his fingers, and they're going to fade into dust. These figures will still exist and can still hold a place in your collection. Yeah. But I'm saying that if you enjoy these figures for what they are, they can still forever be a part of your collection. Just because another toy line or toy company's taken on a license doesn't mean you don't have to love that toy line that existed previously. Like, this is just the history of toys in general, where different toy companies take lines and take licenses, and you can still find joy. Like, for example, I still love my Playmates Simpsons figures, but currently, right now, Jakks Pacific make Simpsons figures. Two different toy lines, but the same license. And I find something I like about them both, and they live in harmony on my display as two different eras of a particular Simpsons collection. Do you know what I mean? So again, don't feel like your McFarlane figures are now worthless. If they meant something to you, they still do. But yeah, you don't have to start again if you don't want to. I don't know, like
just dusting off my DC Universe Classics.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing.
Honestly, I guarantee the aftermarket starts fluctuating now. Where are people going to try and get rid of their DC stuff? Are people going to try and grab it all now, or they can? Because let's be honest, the DC stuff was going up pretty high in the aftermarket. I never got that. Not Harley Quinn, the Poison Ivy. I really wanted that, and I couldn't find her because she went up for money. Are people now going to be getting rid, and I can get one now at retail? But then, do I even want one now? Like, don't know. Again, it's a fun conversation to be had. Capliv says, now I'm hitting McFarlane Multiverse with the Omegas. The Be Gone. The figure report says Mattel should just go with DC Classics and remake the first wave from their original release. They could pick up DC Classics again. Why not? And go in that approach and aesthetic. Bruce Bryan says, to be fair, those Mattel WWE figures don't look good. They're too plasticky. Some of the WWE stuff is really good. Like, if you've got any of the Ultimate stuff, they can do some really good figures. Absolutely. Soft goods, articulation, pinless tech, really nice face printing. Like, I do think if you're paying attention to Mattel line, there is some great stuff there. Especially considering Jazzwares are doing AEW and they've still got giant pins and the likeness ain't good. And yeah, Mattel are doing good work across all their lines, I think, in general. Bring Toys to Work says, dream come true. And Jay says, yeah, I'll sell you Poison Ivy. She's already off the shelf. Well, I'm not paying more than retail, though, Jay. I'm just saying. No markup.
Which Poison Ivy? The Uma Thurman one?
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Yeah. I seen it in person at Jay's. I always thought Todd did terrible face sculpts, but then I seen it in person and went, you know what? Actually looks good. It looks good. But then it was just crazy, like over £100 on the aftermarket. I was like, I don't like her that much. But at retail, I'd comfortably play that. The Black Chiller says, I hate AW figures, just not worth it. And again, to my point, Jazzwares are just not keeping up with the current standard of adult collectible action figures, in my opinion. They have not changed within the whole time they've had their license, where other lines are continually adapting and evolving and improving. Jazzwares figures that you get today are the same ones that you got when they launched the line in 2019. You know, there's no progress to be seen. So yeah, it's a shame. Okay, let's move away from DC Mattel. Clearly the bigger news from today, so we understand. But that's just mine and Rich's general thoughts. Any final thoughts on this, Rich?
Just excited to see what will happen and what the first wave will be. And yeah, and look forward to what? DC and daiquiris?
Yeah, DC and daiquiris. Don't get me... Don't tempt me, Rich. Don't tempt me. DC and daiquiris. I could do that. Okay, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. I can't even fit time in for Joe's and Juice and Turtles and Tea these days, so I don't know where to fit DCs and daiquiris. But I like the idea. I like where your head's at. Okay, let's go back to Toy Fair then. Okay, back to Toy Fair. So this Sunday, this Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Toy Fair is happening all weekend. And there is a massive list of exhibitioners, okay? So if you want to know who's going to be there at the event and actually have a booth showing off products, then start screenshotting, because I'm going to scroll this list. I'm not going to go through them all.
Oh my god, can I look at Mark? Can't wait.
Doom Customs
Doom
donated
Customs.
$20. This is a day to celebrate. DC Classics was awesome, but Matty Collector was hard to buy online. Internet is better today.
Internet, am I wrong? Where's Doom Customs been? Doom Customs, we missed you. How you doing? I hope you're well. I hope all is good. He's a busy man. I know he's always around working. But I haven't seen your name pop up in a while, Doom Customs. Thank you very much. He says, this is a day to celebrate. DC Classics was awesome, but Matty Collector was hard to buy online. Internet is better today. Yeah, Mattel just today announced that they were doing like a collector's club for Masters of the Universe or something, right? Someone in the chat correct me, but
have they brought back Castle fucking Grayskull?
Someone in the chat will have to
Club Grayskull, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So Mattel clearly. This is what I mean.
Subscription figures again.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, but that worked well the last.
And
time,
what's Mattel Creations? Mattel have an event coming up as well soon, don't they? Which they're probably saving a lot of reveals for that. Mattel Creations. Let me find it. 6th of March, isn't it? 6th of March. When's that? Next week?
It's Spectre Creations back in Mattel. Is that what's happening? He's got this. He got the DC license again. It's all fucking coming back, Dad.
Look, I told you, as long as I get my Moby Lick from Street Sharks, I'm happy. So yeah, just before we go on to that list of exhibitioners, Mattel's event is the 6th of March, which is next Thursday, a week today. Rich, next week our live stream will be all about recapping Mattel reveals. Can't wait to recap those Hot Wheels and Barbie and Little People and Monster High and Uno. Look at that, there's a 13-minute Uno stream. I can't wait for that. But yes, next week Mattel Creations are going to be doing reveals and Master of the Universe is there, WWE's there. But yeah, that's next week, so a week today. But let's go back to this list of exhibitioners. Who were you getting really excited about there, Rich, before
3D Doodler. Look at
3D Doodler. Yeah, 3D Doodler confirmed. 3D Doodler will be at Toy Fair. Get excited. Right, I'm going to scroll slowly. Right, I'm not going through them all, but I'm going to scroll slowly. This is every single toy company that will be exhibitioning toys with a booth. That is the booth number right there for anyone attending. So again, we're just scrolling.
I can confirm this is a list.
This is a list. This is. I'm just saying, people may be interested. People may see. Blockies. Shout out Blockies. New friend of mine. Blocky's coming soon to the channel. They will be in attendance at Toy Fair, showing off some of the great stuff. What else we got? I've made a separate list, Rich, with the stuff that I think would be relevant to. But I'll go quicker here. But yes,
Crayola, get some new crayons.
Yeah, you go. Diamond Comics.
Well, will Diamond be there? They've gone fucking bust.
Diamond Select Toys confirmed to be there. Just saying.
More the comics distributors. I'm sure that'll go down well, meeting them. Like,
Will Annihilus...
Bandai can go and ask for their money back. Hasbro can go, show me the money. Where's the money?
Will Annihilus make it out to retail? Find out. Ask them the question live at Toy Fair. Let's keep going here. We'll get down to the Yeez now. Any you recognise here, Rich? Some interesting... half of these I've never heard of in my life.
Pin? They do the
Big
little,
Pin.
Like,
They do some good ones. Yeah, they do some good
Fredo,
ones.
is that Cadbury's Fredo?
Fun School. Global Toy. There's a lot of distributors here as well, so I think distributors will have multiple.
There's Hasbro.
Hasbro confirmed. We knew that anyway, but yes, Hasbro confirmed. Hasbro confirmed. Hey Doodle. There's loads of like. Again, there's education toys. Remember, this
Jazzwares? Jazzwares?
Yeah. Jazzwares do loads. They do Squishmallows and AEW and Pokemon and
no Jada toys, so no Street Fighter reviews.
Again. I will show you. I've got my list of not attending as well. So yeah, we're down to the owls now. Yeah, so again, this isn't a toy fair for like adult collectibles. This is a toy fair for every type of toy. There's McFarlane. He'll be there. I mean, go and speak to Todd.
Content anywhere else do you on YouTube? Go through a list.
People don't know where to find this information, so I'm giving this information out to the community. NECA's going to be there. All right, we're nearly there, Rich. Don't worry. This is useful information. People you appreciate this in the chat, right? You appreciate me giving you the information. I hope you do. Otherwise, I've wasted 2 minutes on my live stream. Playmates are going to be there, of course. See, we care about Playmates. Go Power Rangers. Am I right? Am I right?
Aye.
I see. That's an Alpha 5 reference. I understood that reference. There you go. What else we got? Lots of ones I've never heard of. Robosun are going to be there with the transforming robots. In the S's now. Show me your chef. Can't wait for their reveals. Snuggle Grove.
Spin Masters was up there.
Yeah, Spin Masters are going. Super 7. What is Super 7 going to show off? A Techno Drone? Probably not. Probably not. Daydreaming. Right, I'm going from quicker now. Toys R Us are going to be there. They're back, everybody. They're back. Toys R Us back confirmed. Toys R Us will be in attendance. Trick or Treat Studios. I actually really want some of their Gremlins stuff. So I'll get them soon. But yeah, there we go. We're nearly there at the end. Wonderful Live Company. A lot of companies begin with Z. More toy companies than I expected beginning with Z. So right, anyway, I made a more concise list.
You're Z, you're American. Z,
Sorry, I was pandering to the audience. I knew they were Americans, you see. Right, let me just first say who's not going to be there. So on Legends and Liquor this week, we discussed quite a lot about the potential of seeing the next Scooby-Doo line, the next wave of Scooby-Doo figures. But unfortunately, breaking news, Jada ain't going to be there. Jada are not going to be on show at Toy Fair. They will not be showing anything off. So anybody who was excited to see the new line of Scooby-Doo figures, including myself, by the way, if anyone was curious, the new Scooby-Doo wave, that's the current wave. It hasn't hit retail yet, but they did show off, obviously, Scooby from Wave 2. But Jazzwares...
Scooby-Doo's not in Wave 1.
No, this is Wave 1. 2 monsters and Shaggy. Shaggy Rogers, to be exact.
2 monsters?
Yes.
2 monsters? What?
Yeah, 2 monsters. So Scooby has been revealed.
Surely you put Scooby-Doo in Wave 1.
No, it's Wave 2, mate. Sorry about that.
That's like doing a Batman wave and put in, like, Batman in Wave 2.
Batman Wave 2,
yeah. Robin's in Wave 1 with Harley Quinn and Joker.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo. Anyway, it doesn't matter, Rich, because Jazzwares ain't there. There's no point talking about it. It ain't there.
Yeah, because no wonder they got it. They were Scooby-Doo in Wave 1. No one wants them.
So yeah, Jazzwares are not there, unfortunately. So we were speaking about this on Legend of the Liquor. Jazzware not there. Also, Mondo are not going to be there. Mondo are not going to have a presence. Now, I did want to mention Mondo because, Rich, I want this. I want it. Now, I've not pre-ordered it, so but I look at it, Rich, and I want it. So for anyone who doesn't know...
And Phil Jones in the chat is right. Wouldn't Mondo be at the Funko stand because they're owned by Funko?
Well, there may be... Mondo themselves ain't there, but maybe the distributors will have certain stuff up. That's what they did at UK Toy Fair, right? The Funko booth had some Mondo product, so maybe there will.
But Funko own Mondo now. It's not distributors for it. It's like part of Funko.
Okay, well maybe there will be then. It's fine. Maybe they'll be showing this off in person because this will be available while you were there. So for anyone who doesn't know, this is the 1/6 scale version of Wolverine for X-Men 97. This is the second Wolverine they have done, and it is obviously an improvement on the very first one, which is more aesthetically matching what they have been doing with Cyclops, Rogue, Gambit, Jubilee. Rich has Jubilee. Rich, you've got Jubilee. I know you haven't went in on the rest of the line, but you've got her in hand. You know her quality. You know what she's like. Do you like this line? Like the appeal? You understand the appeal of this line?
I like this line. The price though is just beyond me to get the whole. Like I said before, if I was to go in all in on this, then everything else would have to stop.
Like how much does this picture cost? Just like $3,000.
Just too much. Like. I think if that was the only thing you were collecting and you wanted just one like ultimate X-Men thing, then I think it is a lovely line and it looks good. But it's just the prices are just like, even to own just I did think about just owning or even just the women, just buying the women, and it was just like nah. So I just got Jubilee and I'm happy with my Jubilee, and she is a lovely Jubilee. She looks great, but I'm just happy with.
Well, you have a Jubilee cube as well, so it makes sense where you can put her in the Jubilee cube and she's got a home. Where for me, I would have to. I don't know. One would be lonely.
I thought with Mondo that was me done, but then they did the Daria figures, so I went in and got the Daria 2-pack as well. So I have got 2 Mondo.
There's not a lot of Daria representation, though, is there, to be honest?
That was my excuse. You've
Yes.
got Daria and Jane in one pack as well.
Yeah.
So and they're very limited articulation. They're not like these. They're more like they're more like a Todd McFarlane action figure statue.
Oh, Dave, take the license away. Take the license. It's 10 inches, really nicely articulated. It doesn't articulate as much as a 6-inch figure would, of course, but it does articulate. You can pose him up. Really nice accessories as well. I love that you can make him do this pose as well from the recent X-Men 97. He comes with an interchangeable torso, which is something we don't even get at the 1/12 scale, which I quite like. Interchangeable heads. Look, there he is. See, do you not want to pose Logan up with Jubilee on the shelf? Does that not tempt you?
It looks good, but I'm not starting. No.
Okay, he does look very good, right? And if anyone's watched,
if they do a 97 Jubilee, I'll buy that. There we go. That would be my thing.
Well, I missed out on the first Wolverine, and I refused, as much as I like these. I've seen them on display at Jay's house, and they've even started doing the Spider-Man line as well. But I have resisted, Rich. I have resisted every single one, because in my mind I was like, well, I never got Wolverine, so I'd always be missing the first one. I don't want it. But does this give me an in, Rich? Does this Wolverine give me the opportunity to just get one of the main X-Men guys? So no matter who else I get now, Wolverine can pair up with any of them. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can have one other, and as long as Wolverine's there. Look, if I've got Beast...
You've missed Spider-Man now. You've missed Spider-Man. That's
well,
the only thing.
Rich, listen to me, right? There's an episode of Spider-Man, right, where he gets to pick some characters to help him on this multiverse Secret Wars style. He picks Wolverine. So I could get...
I thought he picked Storm.
And he does. Yeah, he does. They haven't made Storm yet. But this is what I'm saying. So within my brain of collecting... If I brought Spider-Man, because I want the Spider-Man representation anyway, and then I got who Spider-Man picked from that episode as a little mini display. Do you know how that works? Because they're going to make Storm, ain't they? They're going to make Storm. That's going to happen. They've made all of these, plus Cyclops since then, since an updated Wolverine. So we need Jean Grey, Storm, and Beast. They have to be on the horizon. Obviously, I'm going to buy Beast. So at some point, I'm going to have a Beast. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's in my head. At some point, they are going to get me because I'm absolutely going to buy Beast.
Just buy him, Dad. Just buy him.
Well, you said price, Rich. Look at the fucking price. $245 before shipping, before import charges. It hurts, Rich. It hurts.
If you stopped spending your super chats on ketamine, you could afford it, couldn't you?
Don't tell people my secrets. Here he is compared to the previous Wolverine. So now, if anything, I'm happy I never bought the previous Wolverine because this new one is better proportioned and scales better and everything. So, yeah, I want it, Rich. I haven't done it yet, but I want it. It's up for 10 days.
He is smaller though.
Yeah, and which is going to look better when he's paired up with the rest of the figures. Wolverine should be shorter.
Is it the same price though as the other one?
I think it's a little bit more, but he comes with more because he comes with like.
Jay needs to weigh the boxes to make sure these prices are fair. Otherwise, it's not a good deal, Dad. It's not a good deal, is it?
He comes with a lot of stuff. Comes with a Sentinel base. Only so far, Rogue has come with a Sentinel base. So
is it the same as Rogue? Where they reused it, Dad? Is that what's happening here?
I think it's new. I think it's different. Oh, it's free shipping, right? Says Phil. Okay, that helps a little bit, but still. Ted Bone says, "Don't do it, Dan. Don't do it. It's a slippery slope."
Hang on, though. They say free shipping. It was free shipping on Jubilee, and then I got hit with a stupid custom charge.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Just be careful.
This is what I'm saying.
I didn't get hit with a custom charge for Daria, but I did.
She comes straight from China. That's the difference. If they come from the US import, they come from China. Jay says some of his recent 1/6 purchases have come from China, so we didn't get import charges. And he does confirm it's a different base from Rogue, so they didn't reuse the base from Rogue. The Mondo guy said the knees and elbows are double jointed. Look, to be fair, you look at my shelves, right? My shelves, I like displaying my figures, but I don't go. I'm not like a ACBI artist. I don't take pictures. Yes, I like to pick up my figures and play and pose a little bit, but like I'm not like straining the joints and anything like that. So I'd get him in a good pose, and I'd probably change it a couple of times throughout the year, just the way I collect and display. So. Double joint is great, but I understand 1/12 will be limited anyway. So I'm just saying I'm tempted by it. So I had this graphic up saying they're not going to be there, but like you said, maybe Mondo will have some type of presence there via Funko. Sorry.
ACB SP. You are no.
What's that?
Articulated comic book school photo. That's what you are. They all look like they're in the school photo in the row.
I'm going to copyright that before Bug gets there. Quick. You're my lawyer. Quick, get on it. Quinn says, got an email from NECA rep about price increases due to tariffs going up. Yeah, prices of everything's going up. I don't know if the US guys have heard about the price of eggs recently, but yes, the prices of everything is going up. It's been happening in the UK, by the way, for fucking years.
In Allen Sugar USA, taxing us 25% from next month.
Everything's going up. We can't avoid it. It's just the way of the world.
Yeah, I think it's 25% from USA to UK from next year.
Everything's going up apart from our wages. I need to do something about it.
My wages are going up. I've had a raise.
Treat yourself to this nice not McFarlane Mondo figure. I need to say McFarlane then. Anyway, I just wanted to show it off because I think it looks great. I do really like the accessories. I haven't got any of them yet, and I do want to just get one, and I'm going to buy Beast. So if I got him, like in my head I'm thinking Beast, Wolverine, and Spider-Man, just on the shelf. Just 3 great characters, little trio.
No Jubilee.
I looked in Comic and Cocktail, she's sold out. I did look. So I did think, if I got this, what are the other ones available? I did look, Rich, you know what I'm like, but she's sold out. Matt says, on behalf of sane US people, we're sorry. No, it's not the US people's fault. It's the people in charge of the US. It's their fault. But no, we suffer over in the UK as well. Trust me, our leaders ain't that great either. Don't worry. But yeah, the prices of everything is going up. It can't be avoided, unfortunately. But I did want to show off this Mondo. Do you have any political statements you want to make, Rich, or just?
I have no political allegiances. I believe in anarchy.
Yes. Burn it down. Compulsive Collector, thank you very much.
Compulsive Collector donated $6.66. Did someone say beast? As in the number of the beast?
I appreciate that. I did say Beast. I was referring to Monday, hopefully one day doing an X-Men Beast. They have to. They can't avoid it. They've done characters. Look at what they've done so far. They've done Sabretooth and they've done Omega Red, but they've not done Beast. If they can do Sabretooth, they can do Beast. I'm just saying. Beast has got to come at some point. And thank you very much for the extra super chat. I did say Beast. Much appreciated. I do appreciate the love this evening. Still a couple of super chats away from the bonus show being public tonight. And if again, there should be an interesting bonus show because I'm sure people have a lot of stuff to say regarding the toy news that have come out today. Rich can't wait. Rich cannot wait. But 2 more super chats at the Friday level and we'll leave the bonus show public so everybody can enjoy the nonsense. Ninja says, what about Nightcrawler? Yes, they absolutely have to do Nightcrawler as well, but I think they'll probably get to Jean Grey and Storm and Beast before they get to Nightcrawler. But saying that, they did Omega Red and Sabretooth before characters like that. So what do I know? Absolutely Nightcrawler should be made. I'm here for it.
And X-Men 97 will be delayed, isn't it, till next year now?
Oh, the goal timed out. Oh, what happened there? I think the goal timed out. That's my bad. Maybe we hit the goal.
N12BAT donated £5. The Mondo Batman Beyond stuff looks great, but IDK the price is a lot. But can a company give some love to Beyond?
So, Z-Man, big DC fan. If you watch Legend of the Liquor this weekend, he was sitting in front of a massive DC McFarlane collection. So, again, I'm curious to hear his thoughts on stuff. He says, the Mondo Batman Beyond stuff looks great, but I don't know. The price is a lot, but can a company give some love to Beyond? Well, maybe Mattel will answer that question for you, Z-Man, when they get back the license in 2026. But yes, the prices sting. There's no disputing that. I'm not here trying to defend it. The price is high. Hey Dan and Rich, says Codename Chief. How you doing, Codename? We are doing good. We are doing good. Right, what else toy news? Okay, let me throw up this logo, Rich. So these are the toy companies that just I myself will be intrigued to see what they are revealing this weekend. Obviously, we've talked about Mattel quite a lot already. Hasbro, Marvel Legends, Star Wars, G.I. Joe. They did reveal the G.I. Joe San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Just a quick mention of this. Did you see this, Rich?
That Gem and the holograms have aged not very well, have they?
This is their dads. They were inspired by their dads who were rock stars called Cold Sliver. And this is from an episode of the G.I. Joe Sunbow cartoon. And I had images to show you reference. Here you go. So these are images from the cartoon. There's an episode where they're trying to infiltrate something or other, and they create a rock band, and G.I. Joe Classified have made it, Cold Sliver. So I think a few people are going to like this. All 4 figures are classified series figures. Rich, do you know what I see when I see these images?
Gem and the holograms could be coming soon. Is that what you're thinking?
I see Who Crew instruments, Rich. That's what I see. Who Crew going to start a band with these instruments. But I just
You got a guitar. Everyone needs a guitar in their life.
How far Hank with a guitar? Are you serious? Tiger on the drums. It's going to happen. What instrument would Tiger play? You've got to have a preference there. Which would be drum, guitar, bass.
Wouldn't Tiger need the guitar? That looks the most Tiger.
I guess you're right. Yeah. I guess How Far Hank could have the guitar. We could get Frogman's got the green bass, guitar for Tiger, and Captain Britain on the drums. Easy, it's done. Who Crew band coming. That's all I need to know about.
What about Chameleon? Is Chameleon not officially in the band?
We don't know. Chameleon's a mystery. He's an enigma. It turned out that Hydra Bob was Chameleon the whole time, and then he's just disappeared. We don't know where he's gone. He might be up to cahoots with White Rabbits. I don't know. But this briefcase, something's in the briefcase. It's like a cash-in for WWE. There's something in that briefcase, and something's going to happen. But let me get my logos back up, Rich, because you said Gem and the holograms. They're going to be shown off at the Loyal Subjects booth.
Oh. The first doll is out. Gem is out there, and you can change it into Jericho, but not her hair. But they said they're going to do more Gem and the hologram.
Yeah, they're showing off. They've confirmed Gem and the hologram stuff will be shown off at the Loyal Subjects booth, as well as the mask.
Chibis to go with Rainbow Bright, the gayest of all figures. Come on.
Yeah, the Loyal Subjects have got a decent sized booth there as well. So yeah, we have a mask as well. I know a lot of people are excited about the mask. They revealed some pictures. They're continuing what they did in 1985. So I wasn't born until 88. So I have no attachment to Mask. I have no attachment. Well, do you have an attachment to Mask?
I love Mask, Dan.
Okay.
I fucking bought Gloria Baker, the knockoff from Raven Toys this week.
Oh shit, that was Mask. I didn't even realise.
It's Machina. It's not Mask because it's not a.
Oh, show us.
So this is the Raymond Toys is the Great White. So this is Shark. So Gloria Baker is the female Mask agent, and she never got a figure in her Shark vehicle. They did the Stiletto in the later series, and they recolored this, but they never did Gloria Baker. And so Raymond Toys did this. It was their second release. It is great. It's a bloody great vehicle. I love this. But hopefully Loyal Subjects will do an official version of this as well. That would be cool.
Well, Loyal Subjects said they are going to be continuing the 1985 line, and they've showed off some preview images. So these are going to be revealed in full at Toy Fair this weekend. So if you are a fan of Mask, and there's a lot of yous out there, then get excited for this weekend. So apparently, if you love that toy line, it's basically a continuation of that.
Do you want me to go through these? Go to the first one.
Go on. Yeah.
So that's Thunderhawk and Matt Tracker. He's the leader of Mask, and he's got a car that changes into a winged aeroplane.
Is it a DeLorean? It's a DeLorean, isn't it?
It's not a DeLorean.
Okay,
no,
similar. It looks like it.
Then
okay.
you've got, this is Miles Mayhem, so he's the bad guy, so one is good guy, one is bad, and he's got Switchblade is, I think, the vehicle, and that goes from a plane into a helicopter, or a helicopter into a plane, one like that.
Why do you need...
He's gonna fly over the dad. He couldn't go from a helicopter into a car. He'd be dead, wouldn't he?
You could go boat to helicopter. That'd be more impressive than helicopter to plane. Oh, I'm flying. Let me swap vehicle. I'm still flying. Do you know what I mean? Okay, never mind. He's the bad guy anyway. Boo. Who's this guy?
This is, I think, Brad Turner. That's Condor. So that's the one that's always on the on the Mask logo. That's the vehicle. So now this is better. This goes from a motorbike into a helicopter.
Oh, there you go. That's more like it. Land to air. That's what you want. You want multi-terrain vehicles. Okay, I get it. Optimus Prime?
This is Rhino. So this is the big... It was the massive track, and then it separates out. And this comes with two figures. It's got Bruce Sato, but it does not come with co-driver of the Rhino, Alex Sector. It comes with an alternate Matt Tracker, which is disgraceful. Already doing a second Matt Tracker in Wave 1. They should have gone with poor Alex Sector. Give love to bearded bald man. Come on.
But I'm happy you're happy. I didn't realise you were such a Mask fan, but I know...
I literally love... I think Mask is probably my favorite of all 80s cartoon. It's so good. It's so
Yeah,
good.
no, I just missed it. It's just one of those that missed it. I missed it. Never seen an episode. Never had the toys. Mask just completely missed me. I'm aware of it, but it missed
They
me.
had this like thing every episode where like the computer would like pick the agents based on like what they needed.
Their skill set.
It was, like,
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, if it was like a water mission, Gloria would be there with Shark.
Who's it gonna be?
Yeah.
Big surprise.
Like,
the person with a boat.
Vehicle code named Shark. Agent Gloria Bacon. Vehicle code named Shark. Dusty Hayes. Vehicle code named Gator.
Very
It was
good.
amazing work. That was an amazing impression. If they
believe
are
ya.
doing the Mask cartoon again, I am available for the voice of the computer. Thank you very much.
Both Zordon and Mask you're going to appear in the reboots for, apparently. Yeah, no, again, this is exciting toy news. I would share that same enthusiasm about like if they were showing something I was attached to as well. So absolutely happy for everybody involved. So you'll be paying attention to what's going on at the Loyal Subjects booth, that's for sure, with Mask and with Gem and the Holograms, etc. Just above them, I've got the Nassau company. And today, Rich, I paid my invoice. I didn't expect it to come so soon, but I paid my invoice for the bikes, the actual bikes from the Bike Mice from Mars. I ordered mine from Props and Replicas about a year ago, and they're arriving. So I'll have some bikes to go along with my Bike Mice from Mars, and they're going to be revealing Wave 2 in person at their booth. So these will be there in person for us to check out. They have already showed a few off at previous conventions, so these ain't all surprises, but this is Wave 2, and Nasala's selling it as a bundle. So I don't know if these are going to be sold.
All right.
I think at some point they will be sold individually, but I think the initial release for these is as a bundle of 6. Now, there'll be more information at Toy Fair this weekend, but based off what I've seen and read online, this is a bundle of 6 that you'd buy in one go. Maybe.
Just want to put out there, if Adam Moran is buying this bundle, like, hit me up, Adam Moran, because I think I'll have the 2 fingers you don't want.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So these will be there in person, which I think I'm going to continue with this line. I really like the Bike Mice from Mars. The bikes obviously probably will come this week or next week. I need to find a space, and like I feel like with Wave 2, I've now got a shelf. I've now got a display. The bikes themselves are going to take up a bit of the real estate, but you've got 3 of the bikes front and centre with the supporting cast and characters around. That's absolutely a cube for the shelf. So I definitely feel like the Bike Mice from Mars are worthy of a bit more real estate now, and this line's got a bit of bit more meat to it. So yeah, Wave 2 looks good. Some villains and some supporting cast and characters. So yeah, I'm excited for the future of this line. But remember, Nassau own multiple lines now. They've got their own Nassauverse. They're also doing Star Trek figures. Have you got any interest in them, Rich? The Star Trek
Star Trek lineup is
crap.
batshit crazy. It's
Okay.
like weird, so weird. I'm more happy with Master Replicas in the UK. They are doing they're doing modern Trek, but what they've shown so far I quite like because it fits in with the old Playmates figures.
Okay, nice.
Like, I mean, they haven't officially announced. They've shown like the first lineup, but it's like 9 figures long, and it's all like no main characters. It's all like D-list stuff.
Are they releasing characters that have never been released before? Is that the approach?
That's what they're saying. But then it's like, if you're gonna do, but the choices are just off the wall, like characters who appeared in one episode, or like someone who got killed off after 5 minutes in a movie. It's just weird. So I don't know if it's licensing or something like that.
It's probably the creators just making the figures that they want. It's one of them, isn't it? That's usually the case with these smaller companies.
I mean, if you let someone watch Star Trek, like all the Star Treks, and you said pick 10 figures, how anyone could come up with that? They must drink more than me, Dan. That's all I can think. That's all I can think.
Let's go back to my list then of companies. So, Loyal Subjects, again, like we said, Gem and the Holograms, Mask stuff. Nassau, you've got the Bike Mice from Mars, the what is it? The Cowboys from Mimosa or whatever they're called. Again, I've probably said that completely wrong, but they've got other stuff showing off for sure. Let's go on to Playmates then. So, of course, with Playmates, I'm always interested because they obviously still have the license for the Turtles, and I'm a sucker. So, in the same way that Rich really liked the Mask stuff, I'm a lover of all that stuff regarding the retro turtle stuff. And this year they've already confirmed they're redoing the sewer which we've already got the Technodrome that was an Amazon exclusive. The Suat was one of my favourite playsets as a kid. I don't have it now, but I have fond memories of playing with this. I'm absolutely buying this. And as a kid, I never had the Technodrome, so I could never do this, Rich. I could never build that display. Even though it makes no sense that the turtles would be connected to this, but it doesn't matter. You can pretend it's a long Suat, and the Technodrome's down there. But I want to display this on my somewhere, like a dedicated turtle shelf. Because vehicles I never had as a kid and being re-released as well, like I can't remember what this is freaking called. The boxes here. Let me zoom in. The mutant module drill vehicle thing. Yes, never had that as a kid. Always wanted it. Honestly, I love the retro stuff. This is the type of stuff, the same way that you were with the mask stuff. That's what I'm like with the turtle stuff. So they should be showing all this off at the Playmates booth. They're also re-releasing older figures still, and they're doing the militant turtle variants. So I've been picking up all the variants on card of Donatello. So I've got like the superhero Donatello, the sports Donatello. I'll get the militant. So I'm all in on the variants for Donnie.
You just buying Donnie, none of the other ones, yeah? Just all the
just the variants of Donnie, yeah. I've got like the main Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, but then with variants I'm just doing Donatellos because it would go crazy. They're also continuing the remastered line, so they should have these off on display. Here's the remastered Splinter, who's got better articulation. He has lots of textures and stuff on him, so it's this will accompany the turtles, and they're also doing a Shredder, and they're doing it as a 6-pack. So it's Shredder, Splinter, and the 4 turtles, who have already had a separate release. They were a bit hit and miss. People like the idea of a sort of a newer take on the classic looking aesthetic, but it didn't really go down well. It looked like the turtles had some sort of disease because they were too textured and the articulation wasn't great, and they didn't go down well. But I'm always intrigued to see what Playmates is doing with turtles, so that's going on. But what else is going to be at the Playmates booth, I think, is going to be the thing that people are talking about the most. Let me just close some tabs, so I've realised I've got a hell of a lot of tabs up here and my computer may crash at any point. So 1 second, let me aye, indeed. So Playmates are also going to be showing off Power Rangers. Okay, so far they have not leaked. These have been officially, and these were shown on comicbook.com, but they've showed off the flip heads. Okay, so they're remaking the flip heads. These are going to be £10 a pop or $10 a pop. Obviously, the original ones from Bandai back in the day. We've also had the remake version of for Hasbro, and now we're getting the Playmates version of the flip heads. Just a throwback, a tribute to the figures we had as a kid. Proportionally, do they look weird? Yes, absolutely they do. Their heads are tiny to accommodate the chest cavity section. Like, the heads flip, so they've made the tiny heads to make sure it's a clean flip in the chest. So
they got long torsos.
They've all skipped leg day. They've basically went to the gym every day of the year, but didn't do any legs. They just did all upper body, all shoulders and arms and chest at the gym. Their crotches are all different sizes. It genuinely makes no sense, but as a cheap toy line, it's Power Rangers, isn't it? There's always going to be its market. And shout out Doom Customs, who has joined at the super producer tier. I love to see that. I appreciate my super producers. I appreciate that very much, Doom Customs. Did Doom Customs answer us and said where he's been? Is he okay? Is he doing well? Right, we missed you, Doom Customs. Thank you very much. So this, and they've also given us the Zords. So the Zords will be brought separately, Rich. So you're going to buy every single pack. And if you buy them all, you can obviously build the Megazord, okay? So very stylized, a bit more... How do you say... What's the nice word to say dumbed down and basic? Is there a nice word to say dumbed down? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm trying to not be mean because these are aimed at a younger demographic. So I'm just trying to be nice about it. Simplified, yeah, just basic, whatever. So this is what they've shown so far. But they have said they are doing nostalgic, retro, collectible figures as well. This isn't them. So there are still more to be shown. You will also notice that these are not what was shown in the silhouette. This is what they are referring to as their collector line with better articulation. Again, proportions of the silhouettes do not look good at all with those knobbly knees and weird upper body. Again, like, I'm not excited, I'm not excited, but I will use the word curious because the line apparently does have monsters, and I'm hoping that this line can be a way to complement Lightning Collection. But when I say that, I mean like way back at the shelf, like characters that never got represented I could at least have on the shelf. Just as long as you like
Isn't they just doing Mighty Morphin? So
well, it's called Mighty Morphin Reignition, but there's still characters like Babu and Squat and Rita's brother. Ray, what's the skeleton, half skeleton guy?
Rita Revolver.
Yeah, him.
Revolver.
I want him.
Yeah,
I can never get his name right, but yeah, something like that. But I want Rita's crew complete. We never completed it with Lightning Collection. So, and also there was a different monster every single episode. I'm the type of guy who would buy every single fucking monster. Some of my favourite ones they never did. I love the chicken with the chicken in the mouth. Do you know the mouth and the it was like the double chicken. And there's also like the armadillo.
Super 7 tried, and like no one was buying them. They couldn't do like Madam Woe, could they? And people like that.
Because no one wanted £50.
I wanted Madam Woe, Dad. I wanted that. Was the only one I wanted.
Well, you know what I mean. Like
everything.
I liked what Super 7 do, but no one likes the price point of Super 7. So if they can do that at a more friendly, comfortable, enticing price point, look, as an action figure and Power Rangers fan, I don't think these are for me, but I still think I'm going to end up buying a couple to check them out. Again, we like physical media. We like tangible things. We want to check these out in person. So as much as we are going to say these ain't for me, I'm still probably going to pick up a few of these just to check them out in hand. But I'm more intrigued about the monsters and the collector line that they haven't yet showed, but they will show this weekend. So give it 48 hours and we'll literally know what these silhouettes look like. They'll be on show in person at the convention. But
I was looking at the Power, so I was like, other people in Power Rangers, and I was looking at the loyal subjects to see what they got. So I did pick up a mystery.
Let's do a live unboxing, Rich. I love it.
Let's do it. See what's inside.
Let's do it.
There's a chance of all the different ones.
Okay, wait. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at them again. What did they do? Black Ranger. I want Zach.
Oh, come to it's sealed inside as well.
Oh, exciting! This is exciting. Who could it be?
Zach is 1 in 24.
Oh, there we go. He's the rare guy. He's the rare boy. Let's get Zach. Let's go.
White Ranger is 1 in 48, and everyone else is 2 in 16.
Shout out Kev Collectibles. Looking forward to rewatching the stream where you've got this unboxing to look forward to, Kev Collectibles.
Oh, what will be inside?
Sheik Monkey Kara says, go Power Rangers.
Oh, I got Jason. I got the red Ranger.
Okay, that's not bad. He's the leader of the team. Does he come with a helmet, like as an accessory?
Yeah, I think he does. Yeah, there you go. And his power sword and everything.
Does the helmet go on the head?
Yeah, I think you can like.
Come on, let's try it. Let's figure out. Let's answer these questions. These are the questions that people want to know. Look, I don't mind these little fun collectible lines. As I've said, I'm going to be talking about blockies on the channel very, very soon, and these are just fun blind box sort of model kits.
Look, it tips into 2 lock.
Oh, okay, so he snaps around his head. Okay, I don't mind that.
And you go. There you go. And that fits. Yeah, kind of ish.
It's morphin time. Tyrannosaurus. Very nice.
I mean, it doesn't clip off.
You might need some glue, but they had good intentions, Rich. They had good intentions.
Well, we know what I'm like with that bloody Phoenix thing. Oh, there you go.
Clip.
I solved the puzzle down.
Very good. Yeah, they're fun. See, I don't mind little blind box stuff like that. Again, like, yeah, we love the adult collectible stuff as well, but I don't mind the little fun, cheap stuff too. So yeah, go Power Rangers. Again, fingers crossed. I want to like whatever they're doing. I want to like it. It's called Power Rangers Mighty Morphin Reignition, so I do think it will all be Mighty Morphin. It's not called In Space Reignition or Zeo Reignition or Wild Force Reignition. It's called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition. So maybe they're starting off with this, and if this has a good appeal, then maybe do with us. But I do think at this point they're going to stick to these designs and this era, if you will, which I don't mind because it's my favourite era, but I'm a sucker for all things nostalgia. But I'm curious, Rich, very curious. Any thoughts on the Power Ranger stuff? Do you care at all? Buy it? Will you buy any of it? Will you be checking out the reveals?
I mean, I'll probably pick up a Kimberly to look at, but yeah. I mean, like with Playmates, I know what they like, so I'm not like as enamored as it could be if someone else had got it. But yeah, I'll give it a look. I'll see what I got. But I think as well, like my Power Rangers display, I'm kind of like good on what I got from Hasbro. So it's like, I know they didn't complete all the teams.
My in turbo team, It's running low. Just got one in red in turbo. I wanted to complete the Zordon era, and they never did that. We never got the finished turbo team.
That's Hasbro for you, though, isn't it? That's Hasbro.
Yeah. But yeah, be curious. Again, me and Rich are both intrigued. Quinn Comics says the Transformers blockies have been doing very well here in the comic shop, hoping to get the Marvel blockies get solicited in the US soon. Spoiler alert, they are, and they're on their way. And I have wave 3 of the blockies Marvel stuff. I'll be doing some unboxings on the channel just as a little bit of fun. And yeah, these are good. Honestly, like, for what they are, they're like little model kits, like blind boxes. They're fun. I like them. I'll be showing them off on the channel soon. But yeah, blockies, they're going to have a booth at Toy Fair. We're not going to do a floor walk, but I did just want to show people you can go to the website, and if you really wanted to, you can do like your own little Google Maps and literally zoom in and walk the convention floor yourself and be like, oh, I'll go to Diamond Select, and then I'll go to Funko.
Style Company are there as well, and Square Enix.
Yep. So maybe some
your Final Fantasy bring arts for £200 each.
Yeah. And NECA, like I'm really like, so NECA's also on my list of companies that I want to talk about. And NECA, you'll notice, have got a big booth, one of the bigger booths out of the lot. I'm hoping to see some new NECA stuff. I want to see more Toon Turtle stuff, of course, but I'm always curious about whatever licenses NECAs are doing. I know a lot of people want to know what the Sesame Street wave is going to be, because they've done they've done Bert and Ernie, they've shown off the Count Dracula guy, and there's one more left to spell out NECA. So who's it going to be? Is it going to be Big Bird or Almo or someone else? Are you interested in any of that stuff? No. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
So every time I look at NECA, it's like, we've got Elvira, and now she's in a turquoise dress. It's like just Elvira, different colour dresses. That's all I am seeing.
Yeah, they've done a lot of Alviras. That's not even a name, is it? Elvira? To say
Elvira.
Elvira, yeah. Funko, yeah. So you can literally go on their website.
Funko's is bigger than NECA's, just saying.
Yeah, Funko's is longer. So Funko's is longer than NECA, but NECA's is girthier. All right.
There we go.
Do you want to see
for everyone.
Well, look at this. Hang on, let me just show you the Mattel section on the River Papillion. Mattel have got a whole floor. Look, a whole T-shaped floor. They've got a whole section. Mattel have. So Mattel have literally on one of the floors to themselves. And then Hasbro have a big booth as well. If I go to the second hall, again, you can go to the website, just Toy Fair, you can look for yourself and go through all the companies and see what's there. Hasbro are over here, I think. Yeah, there you go. Hasbro are there. Yeah, so Hasbro are there. So there's Hasbro's booth. So Hasbro is one of the first things next to the press. So I'm assuming Hasbro will be one of the first booths that a lot of the press started to get to see things on. But yeah, go to the website, people. Have a look around. You can literally do a Google Maps and walk around. Look how big the Jazzware booth is. Lots of stuff for Jazzwares there, I'm sure. The Genius Playcaf. But yeah, there's loads of mini ones as well. Like, I obviously don't even know what a lot of these are, but it's literally the way they're selling it is there's like 8 football fields worth of toy booths. Do you know what I mean? It's massive, the centre. It's multiple floors, lots of toy companies.
Is it like the UK one, though, where a lot of it's going to be like walled off and you've got to have like appointments to go and see
I think it's more open than the UK one for sure, yeah. I reckon one of these booths is the size of the UK one, like full stop. Honestly, I'm not even joking. I think like that Lego booth is probably the size of the whole Toy Fair within the UK. The Toy Fair in the UK was a fucking room. It was like a gym. It was like a hall, like a room packed, and that's why you had to book meetings, because you had private meeting rooms in different locations. Where this is just open plan. They invite you in, and you get shown demonstrations and everything.
Imagine me and you going to that room and then pulling out those Power Rangers. Imagine I'd have to be banned. You have to put like a mask on my face.
Blur me out.
Like, wow, I'd be like, what the fuck is that?
A real reaction. Yeah, no, I'd love to do that.
This is why I don't attend like events like this. I just stick to the like reacting on screen.
Yeah. So again, go to the Toy Fair website. You can have a look. Again, I've already showed you the big list of exhibitioners, but yeah, lots are going on. So yeah, McFarlane, again, go and ask him about the DC license. I'm joking. Don't do that. Super 7 could be showing some stuff off. But yeah, these are the ones that I am looking forward to seeing. Do you want to add any more to this, Rich? Any other thoughts on Toy Fair?
could smile and see what Bandai are doing as well. Maybe that's some figure arts and stuff there.
Bandai are like the main sponsor of the event, so Bandai should have a really big presence as you walk in for sure. I'm always looking forward to the stuff that we don't even know. Do you know, we're not even talking about it now. There's no rumblings, there's no rumors. It's the stuff that surprises you from like a random company or something you've never heard of, but something that you're really interested in. So again, I just like scrolling and having a look at the reveals, and I hope I'm surprised.
See, if Mattel were bastards, what they should have done is not announce this. Let Todd announce like all his stuff on like Tuesday, Wednesday, then on the Sunday pulled out a big sign like DC coming in 2026.
Yeah. That sometimes they do that, you know. The last day of Toy Fair, they do like reveal big news, but they wanted to get ahead of it.
That's when Todd pulled out the Marvel side, isn't it?
Oh, fuck! Don't put that into the universe. Look, Todd's making Marvel stuff now. He's making Marvel stuff and he's making DC stuff. So Todd will continue, I think, to have dip his toes in those brands for sure. But let's keep him away from 6-inch action figures, all right?
Todd with his banner, just like Ryan, Ting, and Dan staring in the distance.
Ah, dear. So yeah, lots of stuff going on. Keep an eye out. I'll be scrolling. If there's any big Marvel Legend news, I'll try and jump on and do a video over the weekend. But otherwise, I will just be with you guys, scrolling the internet, looking for reveals, and hopefully seeing lots of stuff we want. Again, these type of events are never crazy with reveals, but there are usually a couple of good nuggets to take from the event. It's more industry. Remember, it's not for fans. This is an industry event, but again, there should still be some good nuggets to take, and there will be reveals. Just don't expect. It's not like a San Diego Comic-Con where you go expecting to see reveals. There could be, so I'm just trying to set people's expectations. There will be reveals, but don't expect a lot. I don't know. Anyway. Good times. Lots of stuff to talk about. We'll be back next week. Imagine no one reveals anything, Rich, and then next week we were like, fuck, they didn't do anything, did they? Fuck.
There'll be something to talk about. We get some mileage out of the DC now.
Yeah,
what Mattel gonna do?
Yeah,
Wave 1 predictions coming next week.
Yeah, we can do that for sure. I would love to do that. Like, we both make a wave of 6 DC characters for a wave 1. That would be cool. I'd like to do that. If you guys think that would be good, get it and let us know, and we'll try and do it. Let me just go to the chat then to see us out. Let me close this poll. So to see the final close of the poll are 285 votes. Who would you rather have the DC license to make action figures? 24% Todd McFarlane, 76% Mattel, and I'm going to end it right there. And Mattel are taking the DC license in 2026. That's definitely the biggest news to come out of Toy Fair so far. And the doors have not even opened yet. Keep an eye out on all the news this weekend. Me and Rich will be posting anything we get excited about. I have no doubts about it. So where can they follow you online, Rich, to get those Gem and the Holograms reveals?
You can follow me on Instagram at Displayed Once. And I won't be at Toy Fair because it is St. David's Day, the national patron saint of Wales on Saturday. So I will be celebrating that instead. Eating a Welsh cake and listening to Tom Jones.
St. David, St. Evan, St. Smith Day. Are they like a trib?
Oh, he's in my shit box. He can boots the fuck off. He can with his fucking boots question. Fuck off, David.
Yes, follow Rich. It's on the screen. It's in the link. Link's in the description. You know what to do. Happy David's Day to all my Welsh friends. But I might be back this weekend. I have a video going live at midnight tonight for my channel members. It is every single action figure I brought in February. If anyone's interested, where's my money going? You'll find out at midnight tonight. I'm going to try and continue doing that for the rest of the year. So far, 2 out of 12 isn't bad. So let's keep the roll going. But yes, we're going to go over to the bonus show now. We've definitely had enough super chats. So I'm going to make it public. So let me do that right now, Rich, before I forget. But yes, thank you everybody for your generosity this evening. We always appreciate the support for the channel. I'm going to put the bonus show as public and also post a link in the chat so you guys know where to follow us over. If you are a channel member at the Who Crew Deluxe tier and you want to come on the show, start hitting me with those fresh DMs. Let's go. Lots to talk about. It can't be a 4-hour stream though, so try and get your thoughts and feelings concise. All right, link has been copied. put in the bonus show. The link is now public. Bonus show is now in the chat. All right, so follow us over. That is where we're going to go. I've pinned it to the top of this chat. If you are a channel member at the Who Crew Deluxe tier, you want to be on the show right now, hit me up with those fresh DMs. Rich, I always appreciate you. We're getting out of here. We'll see you next week. Click one of these. Until then, that one's great. That one's great too. They're both great. All right, we will see you next week. I'll be back this weekend. If there is toy news to talk about, I'm hoping there is. I'm honestly trying to put into the universe some great reveals this weekend. Excited to see. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.